Welcome back to the Q&A session to follow up the lecture yesterday on the tourism system model. Today we have a guest speaker who is the professional tourism consultant to many government agencies. May I introduce Dr. แก้วตา
สวัสดีค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
Dr. แก้วตา what do you think? Is it important or not for tourism practitioners to understand the tourism system model and why?
Very, very important. I can say that because whenever I start to consult, I have to look at who is supply, who is demand, and most of the time when we run workshop, we always think about to do some stakeholder analysis. And then they have so many uncontrollable factors, they have so many stakeholders that they have the different, feel. Give example like national park, we never count them as a part of the tourism, I mean in particular, but then they have no idea about tourism. We have to just brainstorm and make them understand about who their demand and what is the current situation. So I think we cannot tend to ignore about the tourism system. And study tourism is not only business, but it has so many sectors. And I think for us, we actually go a little bit deeper about what is tourism system. And I think it's very good to understand more about.
Okay, as an active tourism consultant to many government agencies, so how do you apply the concept of the tourism system to your project?
Normally, because my experience, I used to create the tourism planning for a national level until working with a local authority, doing some community-based tourism in a very small province. Then I understand the flows between centrals, the big scope of the system until very small scope, and I really do understand that these two. If without the tourism system, then it make me lost. And I think it's not only myself who give advice, but everyone need to understand as well. So that's mean even the policy, we have to look at different stakeholders. Even the local government, they have no idea about tourism. Then we have to explain to them if we start to do the sustainable tourism destination, what is start point and who is stakeholders and what's the action plan, and also what is their controllable and uncontrollables to do some kind of different activities to understand the demand. So that's what I can tell you that is very important, and I think well as well that these two cannot tend to ignore.
Right. So and what are the challenges? What are the difficulty or the challenges that have you confronted so far? When you're working with the tourism project.
I think the most important is about communication. I mean, in terms of us, we seem or know a lot about what to do. But when we have to communicate in different level, then we have to find the tunes of who we are talking with, and then which level, and raise awareness about what we want to do. So I mean the most important is about communication. And also whenever we consult, we still have to look at uncontrollable factors, which is not about the developer, but it's about something that happening, and maybe or forecast what is going to happen. So I think that one for this moment or in this year is a climate change or something that will be uncontrollable. We need to list down into our plan as well.
Okay. As we know that it is very important, to recognize the relationship of the different places as a system. What if we just think of a destination and ignore, a source of the origin where the tourists come from?
No, I don't think that we can. We have to look at both sides. Even we, as a developer, we go very deep about our project. Like give example, the one that we did together is our interpretation. We have to know or how to develop the story in that destination, and the story comes from different sources. But at the same time, the demand, they really want to listen to this story. So that means both sides cannot ignore. And who is our demand? They tend to understand what we try to deliver. Even we talk about one project which is about interpretation in tourism, we have to look at, the ability of, serving the demand, and then at the same time, who exactly our target, and they really want to listen to this story. This is some example that you see that they have some spatial link between. We cannot tend to ignore what is the, the demand side, the need and want.
So thank you very much for your time.
ขอบคุณค่ะ